Let's talk about memory chips, the unsung heroes inside every electronic device you own. These tiny, intricate pieces of technology are the backbone of our digital world, quietly working behind the scenes to make modern life possible. Whether you're sending a text, streaming a movie, or just setting an alarm, memory chips are there, storing and processing information at lightning speed. Think of them as your device's brain. Flash memory stores your photos and files even when the power's off, while DRAM handles what your device is doing right now. Flash memory is like a digital filing cabinet, keeping your memories safe for years, while DRAM is more like a super-fast notepad, constantly updating as you open apps, browse the web, or play games. Both types are essential, working together to keep your devices running smoothly and efficiently. Without these chips, your phone, computer, or even your car wouldn't work. Imagine trying to use your favorite gadget without any way to store information or remember what you just did. It would be impossible. From the moment you wake up and check your phone, to navigating your car's GPS, memory chips are quietly powering your day. These chips are everywhere, not just in high-tech gadgets but in everyday appliances. Your washing machine, refrigerator, and even your coffee maker likely have memory chips inside, helping them run programs, remember settings, and operate efficiently. It's easy to overlook just how many parts of our daily lives depend on these tiny components. But now, they're at the heart of a global crisis. The world is facing a shortage of memory chips, and the effects are being felt everywhere, from empty store shelves to delayed product launches. News headlines warn of supply chain disruptions, and companies are scrambling to keep up with demand. Artificial intelligence has exploded onto the scene, and its hunger for memory chips is off the charts. AI systems require massive amounts of data to learn and operate, and that means they need more memory than ever before. Data centers and supercomputers are being built at a record pace, each one packed with thousands of memory chips to power the next generation of smart technology. The demand for memory has skyrocketed, sending shockwaves through the tech world and beyond. Factories are working around the clock, but it's still not enough. Shipping delays, raw material shortages, and increased competition have all made it harder to get the chips we need. This isn't just a tech industry problem. It affects everything from your washing machine to your kid's gaming console. Families are waiting longer for new devices, and prices are rising as manufacturers struggle to keep up. Even simple household items are impacted, showing just how interconnected our world has become. The story of this shortage is about how one leap in technology can disrupt the entire world. When one piece of the puzzle is missing, the ripple effects can be felt everywhere, from factories and shipping ports to the devices in our hands. It's a wake-up call about the fragility of the supply chains we all depend on. The journey from raw materials to finished product is long and complex, and even a small hiccup can have global consequences. So, let's dive deeper into how this happened, and why it matters to you, your family, and the future of technology as we know it. In late 2022, AI tools like ChatGPT burst onto the scene, and suddenly, everyone wanted in. Training these AI models requires a special kind of memory chip, high bandwidth memory, or HBM. HBM is the high-octane fuel for AI, letting data centers process massive amounts of information at lightning speed. Tech giants like OpenAI, Google, and Microsoft started buying up HBM chips as fast as they could. The demand was so huge, it outstripped the entire world's supply. Manufacturers like Samsung and SK Hynix saw profits soar and shifted their factories to focus on HBM. This pivot made sense for business, but it set the stage for a global shortage. The industry wasn't ready for this tidal wave of demand. The consequences would soon ripple far beyond the world of AI. The AI gold rush was unlike anything the tech world had seen before. As artificial intelligence exploded in popularity, companies everywhere scrambled to get their hands on the hardware needed to power the next generation of smart machines. The pressure was on, and the stakes were sky high. Chip makers found themselves at a crossroads, forced to make tough, high-stakes choices about what to produce and where to invest their resources. The demand for AI chips was so intense that it upended traditional business plans overnight. To keep up, they retooled entire factories, shifting production lines to focus on high-bandwidth memory, or HBM, an essential component for AI training. This meant cutting back on the standard memory chips that power everyday devices like phones, tablets, and laptops. At first, this seemed like a smart move. Demand for regular consumer gadgets was sluggish, and warehouses were overflowing with unsold inventory. retailers struggled to move products, and chipmakers saw an opportunity to pivot. But the market is never predictable. Suddenly, demand for smartphones, laptops, and servers came roaring back, catching everyone off guard. Consumers returned to stores, and businesses ramped up their tech upgrades. Almost overnight, the chips everyone needed for these devices were in short supply. Shelves emptied quickly, and frustrated customers faced out-of-stock signs everywhere they looked. By late 2025, DRAM inventories had plummeted. What used to be months of supply shrank to just a few weeks, leaving manufacturers scrambling to meet orders. Manufacturers were locked into HBM production, running their lines at full tilt for AI clients. There was little capacity left for anything else, and switching back wasn't simple. Companies like SK Hynix had already sold out their entire production for the next year, with orders booked solid by the world's biggest tech giants. The industry couldn't just switch back overnight. Reconfiguring factories takes time, money, and careful planning, none of which could happen fast enough to meet the sudden surge in demand. The world was now facing a critical shortage of the memory chips that power everything from personal electronics to massive data centers. The ripple effects were felt across the globe. The perfect storm had arrived, and the consequences would reshape the tech industry for years to come. When supply can't keep up with demand, prices skyrocket. Since early 2025, memory chip prices have more than doubled. In Tokyo's Akihabara, a memory stick that cost $90 in October was selling for nearly $250 just weeks later. The panic spread to traders, with prices changing by the hour in places like Shenzhen. Hoarding and speculation made the shortage even worse. This isn't just about expensive gadgets. Experts warn the shortage could slow down AI progress and digital infrastructure projects worldwide. The humble memory chip has become a global economic bottleneck. The crisis is a stark reminder of how interconnected our world really is. What started as a tech problem is now a macroeconomic risk. The scramble for chips is reshaping entire industries. Tech giants are now in a frenzy to secure memory chips. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Meta are offering blank checks to chip makers, desperate to lock in supply. The power dynamic has flipped. Chip makers now call the shots. Even billion-dollar companies can't always get what they need. Smaller firms and startups are being squeezed out, threatening to concentrate AI power in the hands of a few. Companies are signing multi-year deals and investing in chip design just to stay in the game. The AI race is now about securing hardware, not just writing smarter code. The future of technology depends on who can get their hands on these chips. The shortage is hitting consumers where it hurts, their wallets. The same chips used in AI are in your phone, laptop, and tablet. As costs soar, manufacturers are warning of price hikes. Chinese brands like Xiaomi and Realme say phone prices could jump 20–30% by mid-2026. Laptops are next, with companies like Asus warning of higher prices as inventories run out. The ripple effect is real. Students, families, and professionals will all feel the squeeze. The era of ever-cheaper electronics is on pause. The invisible components inside your gadgets are suddenly very visible. On the ground, the crisis is changing how people buy tech. In Tokyo, stores are rationing memory products to stop hoarding and reselling. In India, a 20–30% price hike could push millions to keep old phones longer or settle for less. The second-hand market is booming, with used memory chips in high demand. A California recycler saw sales nearly double as intermediaries shipped used chips to Asia. The market is now split. Tech giants chase the latest AI chips, while everyone else hunts for used parts. Access to technology is being shaped by who can navigate this chaotic supply chain. The smooth global market has become a frantic scramble for parts. With new chips scarce, the gray market for second-hand memory is thriving. Recyclers and resellers are keeping factories running with used parts pulled from old devices. For many companies, refurbished memory is the only way to stay afloat. But quality is inconsistent, and there's no warranty. Meanwhile, chipmakers are scrambling to build new factories, a process that takes years and billions of dollars. New capacity won't arrive until 2027 or later. Some manufacturers are extending production of older chips, but every line used for legacy memory means less HBM for AI. The industry is caught between the lucrative future of AI and the urgent needs of everyone else. The supply gap is forcing tough choices at every level. The world is learning just how fragile and vital these tiny chips really are. So, when will the crisis end? The answer, unfortunately, not anytime soon. The world is still grappling with the aftershocks of a perfect storm: pandemic disruptions, surging demand for electronics, and geopolitical tensions that have all collided to create a historic chip shortage. Industry experts and major chip makers now predict that shortages and elevated prices will persist through at least 2027, if not longer. The global supply chain remains fragile, and even small disruptions can ripple out, causing months of delays. Prices for memory chips are projected to rise another 30% by the end of 2025, putting pressure on manufacturers and consumers alike. And that's not the end of it. Further increases are likely in 2026, as demand continues to outpace supply, and new technologies require even more advanced chips. For everyday consumers, this means the cost of gadgets, phones, laptops, even cars, will keep climbing. The days of waiting for the next big sale or expecting prices to drop may be behind us, at least for a while. For businesses, it's a tough balancing act: higher costs, tighter margins, and difficult decisions about what to produce, when, and at what price. Some may even have to delay product launches or scale back innovation. The only real, long-term solution is to build more factories, massive, high-tech facilities that take years and billions of dollars to complete. Even with governments and companies investing heavily, these new plants won't come online overnight. In the meantime, the world must adapt. That means recycling old electronics for valuable components, making software more efficient to get the most out of existing hardware, and rethinking how we move products around the globe. The AI revolution is transforming industries and daily life, but it's also driving up demand for the very chips that are in short supply. This progress comes at a cost: a global shortage of the tiny, powerful chips that power everything from our smartphones to our cars and medical devices. The era of ever cheaper, ever faster technology may be coming to a pause. For now, we may have to get used to holding onto our devices a little longer and paying a bit more for the latest upgrades. We're entering a new era, one where resilience and adaptability are just as important as innovation. In this world, supply chains matter as much as the next big breakthrough. Companies and countries are rethinking how and where they source their technology. The road ahead is long and uncertain, filled with both challenges and opportunities for those willing to adapt. But one thing is clear: we'll all have to navigate this journey together, finding new ways to thrive in a world where technology and supply are more closely linked than ever before.